Well, we've still got some time in our program. We're going to take you back to today's first match between the #1 player in the world, Pete Sampras, and the #8 player at this tournament, Stefan Edberg, in a must-win match for each. Here's how Fred Starling, Mary Carrillo, and I called it. Just thinking to myself, first serves are so important for Edberg at this stage. Believe it, Sampras was at the net. That shot from Edberg, watch him. He's going up and they're talking to each other. Again, this match played such a friendly and good spirit. But how unlucky can you be at the net, still not able to get to a ball?
Well, he had it. He waited for the very last moment to play this one, and he fools Edberg. He gets it to the other side. Edberg looking at the bang, and right off the top of the frame, that one. And Sampras had every other shot covered because there was no pace of shot. Edberg's all smiles when that one hit the net and went over.
Game point.
Footfall again.
Again, Edberg always runs the risk of foot faulting because he wants so badly to roll his serve into the box and get into the net as quickly as possible. So it really leads his toss.
You know, I was the serve and volleyer, and I was called for foot faulting on that deuce court. He gets called on that deuce court more than anything else because that right foot comes through and touches the line. You got to stand back. 2 inches is not going to make any difference to your serve. Edberg, it must be not listening to his wife or something because he just won't take any notice of Tony Pickard, and he hasn't done in his entire career as far as that foot fault. That's one of the mind-boggling things from Stefan Edberg as far as I'm concerned.
Game point on that second serve. Again, Sampras has got a good look at that one. It's critical for Edberg at this stage to get the first serve in.
By the way, Tony Pickard, Edberg's longtime coach, is not here. He's back home in Ripley, which is just outside of Nottingham, England. And Stefan says he's tending his acres, country gentleman that he is.
Silver Fox, Tony Pickard, deuce.
See, that foot fault at 40-15 has hurt him.
Yeah.
It was a first serve that was in play. It was a good volley he had, and it was a foot fault. Look at that foot fault on the second serve. Now, you can't tell me that. No. He's looking at. You can't appeal to the chair because it's the call at the baseline. The lines judge at the baseline makes that call.
He hasn't got a first serve in anyway.
Look at this, though. There's that. The right foot comes back, and it only happens on that deuce court because on the ad court, he's got a little bit more room to drag that right foot through. Rudy Berger in the chair.
He got the first serve in that time and closed in beautifully. See where he was when he made the first volley? Inside the serve line quite considerably.
Getting back to that football, though, I don't think we've called a match where we've seen it cost Edberg the match. But this is the closest it's come, and it can well do so, because if he loses serve here, you've got to blame it on the footfall.
Another first serve, and he's got a game point.
He put in 2 in a row at the same speed, 108 miles an hour. He tends not to serve much bigger than that. Pretty safe. Pretty effective. His first serve for this set is only 50%.
Oh, he played that game in a slightly fragile fashion, to be honest, but he came through anyway, and he's still ahead. No breaks in the third set. 4-3, Edberg leading Sampras. Pete Sampras, USA, Stefan Edberg, Sweden, 4-3, Edberg. Third set, first set, 6-4 to Edberg, and then Sampras won the second 6-3, 1 break of serve in that set. No breaks here yet.
Good second serve there from Sampras because Edberg was on his way in. He was 3 steps inside that baseline, and Sampras served it out wide. Caught him off balance.
Tape clipper. Game point, Sampras. Yep. Becker got 2 or 3 of those against Sampras yesterday. Look at this. Not even a topspin lob. Defensive lob. Clean winner.
Pete Sampras.
4 games all. Edberg.
Great anticipation. That's the beauty of that forehand down the line. As soon as you make it, you go for the cross-court volley. He's on the run before Edberg ever makes that move. He's covered half the court by the time Edberg strikes the backhand volley. Then he has an opening down the line, and he just has to guide it down there.
We watched Pete's coach, Tim Gullickson, serve him out wide this morning in practice, and he went for a couple of those forehands down the line. He knew they'd be coming at him from the Edberg serve. It's one of Edberg's favorites, the kicker off wide to the deuce court.
15 all.
Very nice serve there from Edberg. He kind of changed up a little bit, went into the Sampras body, which he really hasn't done much of. I think it surprised him a little bit, jammed him just a bit.
54% first serves for Edberg for the match. Top spin lob, it's good. It's 30 all. 4 games all, 1 set all.
Not much between these two, I think is what we're trying to say. Plenty of winners, over 30 winners from both guys.
He had a number of shots he could have played off this one. Elected the topspin lob, probably the more difficult of the choices that he had, but he made it work. Two great champions under pressure. They've played some tremendous shots.
Looking at that line call there, and as he hit the ball, I thought it was going long as well. If it was in, it must have just clipped the line. Game point, Edberg. Didn't miss a first serve in that game that I can remember. Edberg, very solid game, and he leads 5-4. Festhalle, Festival Hall in Frankfurt, Germany. It is the host site of this World Championship. Things are heating up here. Pete Sampras, top player in the world from the USA, taking on Stefan Edberg. Final stages of the match, 5-4. Edberg's 1 game from a win.
Sampras is 1 game from being out of this championship.
Round robin competition, 2 groups of 4. You have to be in the top 2 in your group to get to the semi-finals on Saturday.
Sampras, I think, anticipated Edberg coming into the net because he got tremendous angle on that forehand. And look at Edberg at full stretch, can't get out to it. Hits it right on top of the frame. Just a brilliant shot from Sampras.
I think this is a big deal. Second serves, Edberg is such a good battler, and he knows when he has an opportunity. jumped off of that one, got a bit too anxious.
You're talking about Edberg being a good battler, and I think you're exactly right in these situations, Mary. The other man that has come through in terms of that is Boris Becker here lately. He's battled so well when the chips are down.
Of course, Becker handed Sampras his loss yesterday, which is why he's in jeopardy.
40 loves Sampras.
Great length on that first volley. Edberg's saying, well, nothing I can do about that one.
You know, the one thing Sampras got going for him here, he likes to play against Edberg. He doesn't think, he feels confident when he's against Edberg indoors, and he doesn't feel the same way against Boris Becker. So a little bit of a different complexity here as far as the mental thoughts at this stage of the match.
Yeah, terrific shot, 40-15, still gain points from Sampras.
There's the rugged look from the coach. God, he got that one right off the hip.
Yeah,
Never had time to hit it. He just hooked it cross court.
The tape.
That's 2 points in a row that Sampras really could have put away.
Yep.
And again, Edberg looking for any opportunity, staying in every point, trying to figure out a way to win this thing right here. So from 40-30, from 40 love now, 40-30.
No break points against Sampras in this set so far. He's had one break point chance against Edberg. Sampras holds on, breathing easier for the moment.
It's funny though, Cliff, that over the years, you know, as players, you know, you played somebody against somebody like a Santana on grass, I was confident. You played him on clay, you knew when it got to 5-all that he was the better player. When it gets here, I think Sampras feels here that he's got Edberg's number. He may not have today, but he's a lot more confident under these conditions against Edberg than he is against a Boris Becker. And he said so last night.
That stays in. Yeah, he's 0-5 against Becker indoors.
Just a good, solid block return, and the half volley sets up the passing shot.
Santana used to take me out on every surface, including grass. Freddie did it at Forest Hills in the final. 15. 15 all.
These two have played a lot. And Edberg has a very slight edge, 6-5 over Sampras.
They played here on in the World Championship last year, won by Sampras. Last time they played on the carpet. Other than the Davis Cup match, which was unfinished. I'm not counting that one. Oh, 30 all.
This time Edberg doesn't get enough on the volley. Off the return of serve, he pokes it back down the middle of the court. That's just what Pete Sampras was looking for. He was ready, struck the forehand down the line.
Double fault.
Another foot fault as well, even though it was a double fault.
That's 5. And another breakpoint chance. This is the second of the set for Sampras.
Oh, what a close. Get to the championship finals here, you expect this type of tennis. It's tight. We've had some terrific tennis the first day, a couple of 3-setters, and now this.
This is a major occasion here in Frankfurt. These moments coming up are as significant as any this weekend, because Pete Sampras is right on the edge of a precipice. He's going to have to win this match, or he's not going to be in the semi-final. Down 5-6.
Sampras's first serve percentages have been down in this set, but he comes up with the goods again under pressure. 53% first serves in.
But generally, Edberg has looked a lot more fragile this last set, hasn't he? But he has held on somehow. Now Sampras looks like he's going to hold on, and it'll be the first to 7 points with a 2-point lead in the tiebreak that'll decide the match. 198 kilometers, that makes 123 miles an hour. On the line, tiebreak, time.
There's the volley, moves in, takes it in the air. As soon as he sees that backhand floating.
Well, just in view of how Edberg really has been challenged in the third set, you would have to say that the momentum, what there is on Sampras's side, but you know, your tiebreak, at least. Love 1 to Edberg.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
It's pretty darn good.
You have to go and cover the one down the line on this slice, because it's inside the service line. You've got to look for the one down the line. That's where Edberg is, and Sampras comes up with a miraculous topspin cross-court winner.
Keep in mind, Pete Sampras won the title last week in Antwerp. He said he didn't play great tennis, but enough to get him by. That's 124 miles an hour. Again, Edberg is not capable of that kind of speed off the serve, and Edberg had to pull out with tonsillitis. He was sick in bed for a couple of days last week, and yet he's right there challenging the number 1. The last man into this Elite 8 field is Edberg. The first one in, of course, Sampras.
1-3. Missed it.
Talk about a game, we've said this over the years many times, a game of inches. That would have just opened this tiebreaker right up, this backhand here. And how far is it out by? An inch or so.
And a little curl on that one too that hurt him, Sampras. 3-2, he's still got the mini break. He has really opened up the shoulders now. That was 199, make that 123 or 4 roundabout there miles an hour. Players are going to change ends with Sampras up 4-2.
He's opened up his shoulders the last couple of service games. His best serving has been these last 10 minutes or so.
That's what's so great when you see two champions of this caliber play against one another and it gets close. There is no way either gives an inch, and you just see the best stuff. Two big serves and a cross-court backhand off a magnificent approach on the return of serve. Couldn't be any better.
Sampras.
Boy, that had a real tail on it. That serve really broke away from Edberg, his wife, an agent watching on. Pete Sampras, his girlfriend, Delana Mulcahy, is back home watching very nervously. She's studying for her law exam, so she didn't come. And when Pete was asked about the importance of this match, he said the only consolation would be he'd get to go home this weekend.
He said he'd like to hang around, though.
Yeah.
Got a tough week still ahead because he's got Goran Ivanisevic, even if he wins this, and that's no cakewalk. He clipped that with his racket. That's going to be enough for Edberg unless there's a dramatic reversal here. Too many break points. Look at it again.
The return of serve that sets up as Edberg's had to play a couple of half volleys in this game, and that's given Pete Sampras just the room that he's needed to set up these match points.
Steers that one long. It's Sampras now. 2 serve points for the match. He'll have one more on Edberg's serve if he doesn't convert either one of these two.
There it is.
Well done by Pete Sampras. Tiebreak in the 3rd set. And Mary, that was a heck of a great match, actually.
Yeah, it was kind of a routine 7-6 in the 3rd. No, it's not. And I think, again, I think these are the 2 sweetest guys on the tour. And their games are the 2 classiest and most elegant. And I think they're the 2 of the best sportsmen on the tour. So it's a pleasure watching it. And I honestly think, though, that Sampras was able to break away. He played some of his best ball when it really counted.
That was towards the end of the 3rd set there as it got close from the 4 games all point. The 1st set of break here and the 2nd set of break there. And then they really got down to the nitty-gritty as the match closed out.
So Sampras is still in the chance to get into the semi-finals here on Saturday of the World Championship. We're in Frankfurt, and we're going to take a break.